Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Ooh, show me your soul, baby. I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Can't you see it's way past time? How expensive do I have to be? And then I spell it out before you get it, baby. Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Are we live? Oh my God! I knew it. I'm just kidding. I'm being silly. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to who? You. Wait for it. I'm trying not to be rude. It's too late. I did that from the beginning. I was eating on camera. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm not kidding. Why? Just because. I don't need a reason. When I open my eyes, I'm going to tell you something like 59, and I'm still here. Yay, yay, yay. You guys, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. As goofy as it may seem, I'm still your host, Lauren Michaels Harrison. So happy to be here. It is the first day of December for you non-speaking Spaniards. Non-Spaniard speaking people. That was nearly a senior moment. It's December 1st, 24 days till Christmas. 24 days till Christmas. I'm so excited. I'm not kidding. I've always been. Guess what? At my health club, they have all these gnomes and what's the plural of moose? Meese? No, mooses. Moosai? Somebody look that up. Anyway, they have a whole bunch of moose people and gnomes up on the counter, a display. So every day, and it's 25% off. So if it's a $20 one, anyway, it's cheaper. So I've been buying my husband one every day, right? And then I go to the gym and I put him in his office in little places where they're like watching him from a. Do you know he finally caught on today that, hey, you're getting me one every day? And he's the one with the PhD. I'm just saying. So anyway, okay, I'm changing back to my hat. Welcome. Have you started your Christmas shopping? Not me. And I'm not doing anything online this year. I'll tell you about that in another show. I'm not doing any shopping online because it's probably not going to get here. Supply chain, remember, all those boats and things are still sitting out there. Can't get stuff in. So I would, if I were you and you want to make sure you have everything under the tree in time, go out, wear your mask, glove up, or whatever you need to do, and buy your stuff in person. What are you going to do? How many of you have shopped online already? And are you sure, even with things like Amazon Prime, that it's going to get here in time? Let's talk about that. Put that in your comments. And what are your plans for New Year's? Have you started thinking about that yet? Listen, you guys, I am so excited. Headed out to beautiful sunny, because it snowed in Michigan already. Wait a minute. Before I talk about Hollywood, yesterday, you guys know, 3 students were killed and 8 other people were injured during a school shooting at Oxford High School in Michigan. Happened yesterday afternoon. Just a sad situation. Again, it was a 15-year-old student who they've arrested. He's decided to remain silent. The law enforcement there said that they had received over 100 911 calls. And then in about 5 minutes after the first call came in, the school authorities had already apprehended the suspect. Just a sad day, a sad day. This is why I'm even bringing this up. Here's the concerning part. Not just yesterday, but did you know there have been at least 138 incidents of gunfire on school grounds this year alone, resulting in 28 deaths and over 80 injuries. And it's just a sad state, you guys. We need to pray up. I'm just saying, I don't care. You don't got to go to church every week. You don't got to do anything but believe in something greater than yourself. But we need to pray up because it's getting our kids, and we just need to find out what's wrong. We need to talk to them. We need to have those conversations, and we need to do better. So let's just take a moment, if we could, and just send some light and love and some prayers up for the families of the victims, and including the shooter's family, because they're victims too. The shooter himself, he's a victim. All of us are. All of us. I don't want to not talk about this. And I don't want to wait. We should not wait until we are, hearing it on the news. We should constantly be on the lookout. We should constantly be, doing whatever we can to make sure that we keep our eyes and our love all over these kids. They need us now more than ever. So, Lord have mercy. So, on a more positive note, headed out to sunny California. Watch it rain. It better not. I'm not claiming that. This Saturday, I'll be leaving to go out to Hollywood. Hooray for Hollywood. I have my itinerary they sent me yesterday. Can you see that? Those are my notes on there. Yes. What day is it? Sunday. I go Saturday, so it's all my day on Saturday. I have some family there, so I'm going to see them. And then Sunday, we're doing B-roll. For those of you who aren't in show business, that means... show business. That's so funny, right? For those of you who, okay, whatever. B-roll is, where they show you like pretending like your hands and feet fit in the things at the Brahma's Chinese Theater, or you're going up at the Hollywood sign. So they're going to take me to the Walk of Fame, Hollywood sign, and then Malibu Pier. And even though I used to live there, I've never been to Malibu Pier. Have you? What's at Malibu Pier? Anybody know? Put it in the comments if you do. It's Hollywood and LA has changed enormously since I lived there back in the 80s. But back then, the pier was Santa Monica. They had the Ferris wheel and all that. So I don't know what they have planned, but I'll be there. I think they're planning something for sunset because why would they put on here sunsets at 4:45 p.m. And then Monday, December 6th, pray for me, y'all. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. a 4-hour photo shoot for the cover. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Oh, it's down here. Yay! So excited. All about the power of we inside that issue next month for Heart of Hollywood magazine. And history will be made because not only will I be on the cover, I'm going to be back here too. Again, the first person in history to be on both sides of the magazine at the same time. Yay, yay, yay. And first African-American man on their cover. The first LGBTQ plus. Wait, did I leave a letter off? LGBTQ. I can't keep up with them. Y'all know who I mean. Rainbow. First one of those, us, on the cover. And there's and the first veteran that they've ever had. Yay! So, see, let me tell you something, y'all. All you got to do to find your way inside the supreme circle of golden goodness known as purpose is this. Get up every day. Every single day, get up. Find something to give the world that they've never had, they've never seen. And all you got to do to fulfill that is to get up every day and do something you've never done. That's it. That's it. You could wear broccoli in your ears, make some earrings out of some radishes or something. They never seen it before because you've never done it before. Da-da, check and check, right? So there you go. Get up every day, you guys. Be your best, do your best, and let the rest be up to what is greater than us. We are here today. That's the bell of purpose. What does it mean? It means when you hear it, just like that bell, the truth has a ring to it. So I want you to lean in, tune in, don't tune out. Back your car up and take some of this ooey chewy goodness with you. That's what we want. And today's guest is going to pour into us. Let me tell you, someone was trying to keep her from here. She has been so busy in a good way because, a lot of us over the past year and a half or so with COVID, so many people have lost their jobs, have lost their businesses, all sorts of things. But there are some who have been blessed. And today's guest, Carrie, is one of those people. Soldier Girl Coffee, moving through the ranks at lightning speed. We're going to tell you all about that. We're going to get her in here. She was here. You might remember. She sounds familiar. Yes, she was here when, Cowboy Jax was here. And we were talking about some stuff. And he brought Carrie. And what was the other guy's name, Carrie? Yeah, she'll tell us when we get in here. There were two of you. And I think he's coming back eventually as well. But I'm really impressed with Carrie Murray Beavers because what she's done in such a short period of time is just remarkable. And we're going to get her in here. Now, remember, y'all, this is her first time ever being here by herself. And she was scheduled, I think, a week or two ago, and she fell ill during the night. And that happens. But I told you she was coming back, and she's back. So you put your hearts in the screen, put your hearts into the conversation, and let's welcome Carrie, the brainchild of the phenomenal brand, Soldier Girl Coffee. Here she comes to our stage. Howdy, howdy, hidey ho. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm still trying to wake up, but I'm good.
You are
like you said, I'm 49 and getting another day on Earth. So
Yes, let me ring the bell. You guys, welcome Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo to the show. That's my sidekick. She's here. You reminded me she was here. I'm sorry. Dang. Carrie, so nice to have you. Glad you're feeling better. Everybody was like, what happened? You had a lot of people who were waiting for you to come on the show that day. Yeah, they were like, where's Carrie? Thought you said Carrie was going to say she's not feeling well. She'll be here. So good. Tell everybody where you're at in the world, and we'll get started.
Okay, I am about 4 hours south of Chicago, out in the cornfields of Smithfield, Illinois. I live in the country.
You're here in Illinois with me?
Yeah, I live about 4 hours from you.
Okay, so what other state is closest to you? Is it Wisconsin? Is it Iowa? Is it Michigan? What?
Iowa.
Okay, so you're that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Smithfield. Only thing I have heard of that name, but I think that's a ham. That's a ham. A Smithfield ham. Yeah. So how long have you been there? Is that where you were born and raised?
I was actually born Lander, Wyoming on Wind River Reservation, but I was adopted at birth, so Illinois is where I was raised, though. Yeah.
So you were adopted too.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot in common. So wait a minute. You were born on a reservation, so that would mean you are Native American.
Well, part of it, I don't know my history, so that's been kind of a challenge.
Wow. Well, it should be. Well, maybe not. I would think it would be easier to
Yeah.
trace. You know what reservation you were born on, right?
Yeah.
Because don't they keep pretty good records?
Yeah, I just haven't found out where to find those yet.
Oh, so is that something you think you'll eventually do, Carrie? Or not? It's not for everyone. I'll tell you that, to find your birth family, that sort of thing. Do you think you'll ever want to know, or ever want to meet them?
Well, we could have that another time, but I kind of was in a weird situation where my mother that adopted me, they knew the family.
Oh, okay. Same thing with mine.
So, oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was 16, and I wasn't really for it, but I agreed to meet my mother. So, but I felt kind of like I was forced into it. That's just my truth coming out right now.
That's okay. Hey, the truth. That's why the bell is here. There it is, the bell of truth, bell of purpose. So, Carrie, one last question. So, did you actually meet your birth mom?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
When I was 16. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was that like? Different?
I mean, it was crazy seeing somebody look just like me, you know.
Just an older version?
Kind of like looking in the mirror, yeah. It was, I didn't really have much to say. I think I was more like an angry teenager, you know. Not really understanding.
Well,
that.
You'll probably close the loop on that one day, one way or another. I can kind of sense it. We'll talk about that later. So tell us, what do you do in this corner of Illinois? You got a family? Are you involved in your community? What do you do? What's your days? What are your days like?
Yeah, my family lives down the road. I lived in Michigan for quite a while after the service. Then I moved back here because I actually lived in Battle Creek and Kalamazoo, back and forth.
My husband is from Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like it. I love Michigan, actually.
I do
but
too.
My parents are getting older, so I know that time flies by, especially when you're gone in the military and then you come home and your parents are doing all this stuff, but they're getting older, you know what I mean? And then you come back and it just seems like it goes so fast. So just trying to spend time.
Yeah. So Carrie, so you're in Illinois. You were in the military. Tell us about that. When did you enlist in the military? How long were you in, and what kind of work did you do in there? What branch?
Army.
Wait, what did she say? Something happened with the I don't know what happened with the. She said something. It started with an A, and that's good because Air Force does. But let's try again. Okay, again. What branch?
The Army.
Wait a minute. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. I'm done. You know, Marty Martinez and James Phelps, they made me do this kind of stuff. Okay, so you were in the Army. Go Army. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. So you were in the Army. How long and what age did you go in?
I joined at 18 during the Gulf War. And so 1991 around. And I joined as a cook. I did that for 2 years in Germany. And then I got out of the service for 4 months. I went back in and went to medic school. So I was actually a medic until 2001.
2001.
Transitioned out. Yeah.
Okay. So a girl going into the Army in what was the year they went in?
1991.
1991. Wow. I know.
A lifetime ago.
Tell me about it. Well, how do you think I feel? 1982, right? So 1991, almost a decade difference between when you and I served. What was it like as a woman going in? Did it change much from when you went in compared to when you came out? Did you see any changes? Was it getting better, easier, harder? What was it like for a woman?
All I know is like from, my time in training during 91 and the war and all that, it didn't seem like it seemed like we were doing everything the males did as far as there was no slack, you know what I mean? There was no stress cards. There was nothing like that. I don't know that I saw a lot of changes while I was in.
Any regrets about serving?
No, I had some unpleasant things happen, but I don't regret it. I mean, it kind of formed me into who I am, and I was pretty naive when I joined, so there was things that happened that woke me up, kind of.
Yeah, because a lot of kids join the service not because they don't have other options, but a lot of them, they want to make their own choices. They don't want the parents or whoever holding the cords, because you're in some school somewhere, or some people just aren't meant for college right off the bat. They need to find themselves. And a lot of us like to travel. I know when I went into the Air Force, coming out of the foster system, there weren't a lot of options for kids like myself at the time. But I was very intrigued with the military because I needed some discipline. I had been in the system where nobody gave a shit. For real. They didn't care if you got, no one said, and if there's any kids out there watching, trust me, you be grateful you have parents who stay on your ass. Because, suddenly in my world, it went from, one Wednesday afternoon, get your homework done, take your shower, bring your homework in here. I want to take a look at it. Get your stuff ready for school tomorrow. Boom, boom, boom. To 1 week from that day, burying my mom. And the next day, the state came and snatched me out. And no one seemed to ask me those questions ever again. No one ever said, is your homework done? What are your grades like? And you really miss that. You think, give me a break, parents. Be grateful. Seriously. So you went to Germany. So what did you like or not like about traveling abroad? I've never been to Germany.
Oh, I loved it. It was a great experience, especially going on, 18 going on 19. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I was there for 2 years, so got to do a lot, see a lot. I think it's a great experience just to see something that different, especially coming from like a really small, isolated town of 49 people, my graduating class. And so I loved it. I loved all the culture and mixture of everything, in the military. Getting out of here.
Yes. Tell me about it. So
I was going to tell you,
yeah,
you asked that question about, have I seen a lot change? And I guess I will touch on one thing. Since I experienced the military sexual trauma in 91, after I got out, I kind of wasn't paying attention to the military, kind of distanced myself because I wasn't really around veterans and stuff like that. And then everything, that's been happening, I just can't believe that it's still going on and it's that bad. So I don't.
But here's some good news if you want to consider it that, because I as well experienced some military sexual trauma and didn't even know about it. I mean, I knew the situation happened, but the way they handled it, I was the person who was wrong at the time. Excuse me. And I think I mentioned it a couple times on here last year when I was, I started going to a counselor about PTSD through the VA, and they got all up in my business, those records, and said, hey, we want to talk to you about this incident back in 1981. And I'm like, what incident? And I totally had just put it somewhere. When they said military sexual trauma, I really had no idea what they were talking about until they started, asking questions specifically. And I was like, oh, that. yeah, da da da. And they go, that was grossly mishandled. And as a matter of fact, we think that you need to open an investigation because you deserve to be service connected. I didn't even know what service connected was all these years. All these years. Yeah, because I was in during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and I didn't ask and they didn't tell. So, yeah, a lot of things. Now, let me ask you this. How do you feel about what they call it? Military sexual trauma. Because when they told me it was that, it then butted me right up to the incident. When I went back in my memory banks to the incident, it did not match up with military sexual trauma.
Oh, yeah.
It was plain out abuse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's I don't know what the right word would be, but I don't think that really portrays
the truth of it. It almost sounds like you hit your head on the windshield. Oh, I got some automobile, movement trauma. Right. Like some little thing that just passed through, but it's still with us today. So I don't know. Have you talked about your situation or is that a scab that remains unpicked?
Actually, I was in denial for about till 2019, I guess, that I even had PTSD. I knew that something wasn't right so actually 2019 is when I decided to deal with it and go put a claim in, and then like kind of opening all those old wounds, writing it down kind of opened like a can of worms for me. And so
I had to write it down twice.
Yeah. So I had it suppressed so much that I didn't realize. But yeah, I've been trying to since then. I've got my 100% disability from the Army. I went to counseling, the VA. I'm not really always still good about it. My appointments, I still try to, be aware that if it's helping and keep using those services. So yeah, I am dealing with it and healing, and I can talk about it. I couldn't really talk about it much before, but I'm happy to talk about it in a way that I have so many people come to me and say that it inspires them and stuff.
So for those watching who have no idea what we're talking about here, why don't you tell them a little bit about it? Because it kind of not kind of, it did. It did have a big hand in creating the strength that we see within the eyes and heart and spirit of the woman on the screen today. It really did. And I believe, trauma doesn't travel alone. Whether we realize it at the time or not, there's always a future blessing that is born into the process of becoming at that same time that the trauma showed its ugly face. So tell us what happened.
Well, I don't tell the whole story, but I will tell you.
What you can. Tell us right. I mean, you don't have to get graphic, but so you're a woman. I mean, we need people to understand how it happens.
Okay.
Tell the parts that you think will help someone else, whether they're military or not.
Okay. So in the Army, AIT is like almost like a second basic training, but you have your schooling for your job that you're going to go do.
Yeah.
So you're still in that military structure and the basic training structure of drill sergeants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was 18 at the time, and a lot of us would sleep on top of our blankets because, you get yelled at the whole time you're making your bed. And
if you don't get it made quick enough, right. Yeah.
So yeah, and sleeping on PT shorts and shirts on top of the bunk. And it was an open bay, actually. So a lot of times I think back and I just can't believe how brazen and bolden this person was. But actually I was sleeping on the top bunk, and I was woke up by this drill sergeant's hand running up my leg. And then so the part I tell is he slowly was running his hand up my leg. But for me, I was already in that mindset of, I was afraid of them,
Oh yeah.
I was still at basic training. I was afraid of them. They weren't like buddy with me or anything. And for me, that experience, I only tell part of it, but the part like he slowly ran when he was doing that, I opened my eyes, but I didn't. That's when the part like I couldn't move. Like I was acting like I was asleep because I just kind of, my brain wasn't gonna
like this.
process.
What's happening here, right?
Yeah, like I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I've run 100 scenarios in my head of handle it different, but that's just what happened. So I kind of just acted like I was asleep, and he went up my hand, my arm, and it seemed like forever, and down my leg and between my legs a little bit, and then so I don't go into the rest of it, but I will tell you that in that moment, that's where my life changed, because that fear,
yes,
was enough to set off that PTSD.
Shame, so many things that don't belong to us at the time.
And I was woke up out of a dead sleep. Like some people say, oh, people, I think there's a lot of, not everybody, but it can assume that, oh, you might have provoked it, or you might have looked a certain way.
You were asking for it.
I was asleep. I can go back and I can argue that to death, because I'm like, I was asleep. I didn't do any, and this is actually a drill sergeant that was not around all the time. It wasn't my main drill sergeant. And so now I have a lot of female veterans come to me that experienced MST, and I'm actually helping them with their claim and stuff like that. So.
See, good for you. Good for you. Bravo. Sherry McQueen, thank you. I second that emotion when Sherry says thank you for being so brave to share this. And the reason, I want you to know, and I want all of you out there, in case you ever want to come on, a lot of people have broken their silence right here on Bathrobe Moments, because this is a safe space. We don't judge. And all of us here are from the Misfit Nation in one way or another, which means that we've come through something, through to the other side. See, here's the deal. Here's what makes this so important today, Carrie, for you and for all of us. When we get to this point where we can share with others, it's because we didn't get over it. It's because we didn't get around it, and we didn't find a way to get from underneath it. The only way to be able to share it to help someone else heal is to go completely through it in order to come out on the other side. So bravo. Thank you for that. Jamie, hi. Nice to see you here, Jamie Lane. She says the way the military handles MST is straight up bullshit. And that's probably how you huh?
That's my girl, Jamie.
Yeah, I figured she knew you, but she didn't know you were in Germany. She was like, where? I was in, whatever that is.
Darmstadt.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, yeah. And she's a Michigander, I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, Sherry McQueen. Sherry's in Michigan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you guys, we're talking about just trauma, and chime in if you feel comfortable. Let's pour into our guest today too, because it is difficult. Oh, Brandy, you miss Germany. What were you doing in Germany, Brandy? Brandy Johnson, the disconnector. This is a girl who disconnects people from all the things that don't serve them. I know, right? Find a lot of people out there who connect you, but it's hard to find somebody who says, I am a disconnector. So that's Brandy. You guys get to know her. So let's talk about this. So you were starting to talk about the point where you said, I didn't do anything about this. And that was your lead. That was your go-to when you got to the place of being comfortable talking about this. Why is it you feel that is where you started? Were you afraid that people wouldn't believe you? If you told, did you question yourself, like, it's what I get for laying on top of the covers. It's what I get for, sleeping in my PT shorts. Did I say something? Did I give him a look? What was running through your mind, Carrie? Like the next day. The next day.
Well, then actually, some more stuff happened, and then I actually went and was crying to a battle buddy or whatever. But the thing is, we were leaving that training to go home the next morning. And I just wanted to go.
I bet he counted on that.
Yeah.
They'll be out of here tomorrow.
How convenient, right? Because, you're in that was our second training environment, and you want that break, you're just like, oh, and you got that. So for me, it was more like I cried about it to my friend. I don't really remember what we discussed. If I discussed telling her or anything, I just remember, leaving the next day. And I was going to Germany, so I had that little break in between, and it's weird because I just shut it off. When I left, I shut it completely. But here's the thing. When I got to Germany, I was acting out in every which way that wasn't me. I mean, that's when that started.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something too. Keep anybody out there, you've gone through anything like this, any kind of trauma, get yourself some therapy. It's just great to have a set of objective ears, someone who's not going to judge you, to talk about it. Because do you know, it wasn't until I got married, 4 years ago, or well, probably 4 or 5, 6 years ago, when I started dating my now husband. And you know how you're watching TV and you're sitting there, and the same thing. And it didn't happen when, like, if Brian would touch my leg and I'm in shorts. But the minute I had on like pajama pants or flannel, what do you call that? Long underwear, because I wear the shirts and the bottoms like pajamas. And that's what I slept in foster care, right? Pajamas. And when he would touch me through the pajamas, and it would change everything, and I couldn't understand it, and I'd like scoot away, and I'd be all tense, like watching the TV, like, oh my God, leave me alone. And I couldn't understand it because I did not even remember that that's where it originated. It's amazing what the mind can do to keep us safe, right? So how did you start to get away from that? What did you think this un-Carrie-like behavior was all about? How did you get to a place where you started understanding what was really going on with you?
My cat's trying to knock stuff over. It's kind of strange because, like I said, when I was in Germany, I wasn't correlating the two. I didn't put it together. I was across the ocean. I think I was thinking in that mindset, I'm away from my parents. I can do whatever I want. I can act wild. Nobody's going to know. I just, it's weird. And I could be like in my barracks room, curled up and just think on the floor crying and not know why. And I wouldn't correlate it with that, even though that's.
Have you told anybody at this point?
No.
No one.
Nobody knew.
Wow.
I was actually dating I met somebody there and got married, but was married for 10 years and got divorced. But at that time I was dating him and actually doing that kind of stuff. And he didn't know what was going on either. But
what do you mean doing that kind of stuff?
I mean, crying. I thought, and then I was like putting it towards, oh, I'm just depressed, depression. Like falling up on the floor crying, like, and it just not even really knowing why. Just, just stuff like that. And I mean, I acted out with things I didn't do in high school. I did there. I acted out with drugs and alcohol. I got an Article 15.
Tell people what that is. Ooh, girl. Article 15 is a little harsher than this. It's like catching a case. It's almost like catching a case in the real world, in the civilian world. It's like a misdemeanor.
Yeah, but luckily they let me work it off and took it off my record, I think. But
Amy says, troublemaker.
Well, that was the first time I did drugs. I got caught in my life.
Well, that's probably a good thing. I wish that would have happened to me.
Well, it didn't teach me a lesson then. Like I said, I was trying to medicate my whatever was going on with me, my pain and stuff. So
you go through all that stuff, all this stuff. Here we go. Now, remember that blessing Remember that blessing, y'all, that I said is born into the process of becoming every time we experience something traumatic. Well, Carrie's about to tell us about her current blessing that has found its way out and through her into the world in the form of a wonderful, wonderful coffee, Soldier Girl. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to take not even a 30-second break here, not even a 30-second break, because I don't want to miss any of this, and I don't want any of you to miss any of this. So let me see. What do we want to do that's quick? Okay, here's a little promo. The Power of We Symposium, you all, is our give back to kids all over this country. Well, it's going to be all over the world because we were headed to Australia. This time was supposedly last year, but you all know what happened. But we're back. We're back April 28th at the beautiful Stan Mansion in downtown Chicago, where 250 youth leaders from the hardest hit areas will convene at the Stan Mansion with all of us, and I include you, where we pour into them and they pour right back into us. Here's a little peek at what you can expect when you join us April 28th. Tickets are on sale right now. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. It's the first day of December, and I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. Before we get our guests back in here, Carrie, Murray Beavers, the brainchild of Soldier Girl Coffee, I wanted to remind you, December 11th, you saw the P3, our next free 90-minute preview, where we kick it for 90 minutes to find out about how you can find your way directly into that purpose you've been looking for within your life for so long, is December 11th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. In order to reserve your free seat, head over to my website. Let me get that up on the screen really quick. I have it here for you, LaurenMichaelsHarris.com. Do I have it? I must have it somewhere. I don't. Well, it's Lauren Michaels Harris. Oh, there it is. LaurenMichaelsHarris.com. Get over. There'll be a blue button right at the top of the homepage. Click it and reserve your seat for the 11th of December at 1 p.m. That's a Saturday, okay? And we come in for 90 minutes, talk with people, learn from people, pour into each other, and get you ready for the best year. 2022 is going to be it, y'all. So get in there. One more thing that I'm proud of is a better choice that I made in the last year, and it's not just because they pay me. I called them after I got hooked on it. I dropped, well, probably 5 or 6 Diet Cokes a day for 1 or 2 of these a day. V8, this is the original, my favorite. There is a low sodium, and there's also one that's kind of spicy if you like your drinks like that. Great thing about this, 60 calories, 100% pure vegetable juice from concentrate, and 2 full servings in every can. Easy to find. Head down the juice aisle in your local grocery store, and you'll find it. Pop the top. Do yourself a favor. Have a V8 instead of something you cannot take back. Delicious. So it really is. I'm not just saying that. It is. And I remember when I was little, my grandma would drink prune juice and this kind of stuff, tomatoes. I was like, ew, that's for old people. I used to say that about her going to bed at 7 p.m. too. Now I'm in bed at 8:30. It's getting earlier and earlier. I'm going to bed earlier and I'm getting up earlier. A sure sign of being a senior. So Carrie, I'm gonna say, well, you look like you're like 33 or 4. Am I close?
Thank you. 36. No, I'm kidding.
See? You're younger than you. I knew it because you got that girlish kind of look, you know. But you are a full-grown woman. You're married, you said now, right? Are you married or single?
I'm divorced. I'm
You're
49.
divorced?
49. 49.
49.
Yeah.
Quit, Carrie, girl. You are not 49.
I wish I wasn't.
No, you don't. You know, I really believe
Yeah.
that other number, the 39. I really did. And I was like, or did you say 30? Yeah, 39. Wow. Let me ask you something. How does it feel to be 49 years old and here you are, the CEO of your own company? You tell us about the day Soldier Girl came walking across inside your mind on that stage. You know how she came strutting across. Hey, girl, I'm Soldier Girl, and I'm all yours. Tell us how that happened, and did you believe it? Did you believe it was going to become what it is?
I had no idea that it would grow this fast. Yeah, it's been a blessing, that's for sure. And I can't, sometimes I can't even put in words, but,
I know.
yeah, I spent quite a bit of time, last December, maybe November into December with, my designer and kind of go over ideas and stuff like that of, for the branding and stuff like that. So everything was quite a process to get it started, but it's been a blessing, and I see a way that I can use the product to help people.
Well, tell us about it. I just knocked something off the floor. Tell us about it. Well, go ahead. Soldier Girl Coffee. You were sitting where when the idea came? You said, "I'm just going to start this."
Well,
what do you think you were doing?
You know Justin Charpentier.
Yes, I do. Was on the phone with him yesterday. He does all my Facebook ads. If you guys ever need somebody on your side that is true all the way, that's Justin Charpentier. He's been here before, but go ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm. So Justin.
So I've been in his marketing class for a long time. And, you know, we had talked about not Soldier Girl, but like starting my own business. And I really got the encouragement from the veterans in that group that I could do it and start my own. And, so that's where that came from. But the Soldier Girl, that empowerment comes from everything I've been through, you know, and still survived. Like just plowing through. I'm a soldier girl, you know, no matter what happens, just, you know, keep going. That kind of mindset with that, I guess.
Uh-huh. Now we're looking at your website. So you know what I got to get to first. First of all, let's talk about this because, you know, somebody right now is like, wait a minute. That girl that's up on the caricature up there, she's got her little breast sticking out, got some nice full eyes on her, sleeves rolled up. You can tell she's a woman. She's pretty. She doesn't look like an old, you know, like a, I ain't gonna say that because I have my LGBT. I was gonna say, you know what? She doesn't look like that. She doesn't look butch. She looks feminine. And the girl, the real girl, look at her. I mean, she's sitting on a bike. She's got a rifle. Oh, but look at this showing some bra and the other thing. Isn't that the thing that gets women in trouble as far as what we were talking about earlier? You know what they're thinking. Talk about how you came to this look and what this means and why you're speaking your truths like this.
Okay, so as far as like my logo, you know, I have my actually the jumpsuit looking thing on is all the way up. You know, I didn't want the classic pinup. I wanted to be different, you know, and classy, more classy. And this, I use veterans for all of my stuff. Pretty much 99% of anything I do, I use a veteran business. And a great photographer took these pictures for me. And but like with her, I think it's okay, you know, to show she's not really, you know, her breasts are not hanging out or anything. I mean, I think it's still modest enough. And I think that even if it wasn't, that's not an invitation to do anything. You know?
Thank you.
Permission. It's not permission, you know, that you can just have whatever you want, you know.
Right. Right. It's not like the bulk candy at the grocery store where you can just, you know, unwrap and eat a piece or two, and they're gonna just like, well, we expect that because we got it all laid out for you. No. So, and I love that about it, that you are stepping back into your power and saying, you know what, there's nothing wrong with me being a feminine woman who loves who she is. I think that, you guys, what do you think about that? A lot of ladies in the audience here. Put your comments in. And so, okay, so you got started, you had the idea. How long did it take to get from in here to what we're looking at on the screen?
So probably November last year.
Just a year ago?
Yeah, I launched the business in March 2021. So March of this year is when I launched it, but getting it together and all that, I guess, since November.
Wow. Wow, you even have gear.
Yeah, I'm not, okay, we weren't going to use the word tone down, but I am doing some things with it to get it just appeal to some more markets, just not just veterans.
Early morning ammo. I love it. Now, are you coming up with these slogans and things yourself, or is that a team doing all this great stuff?
Everything's been me and my designer. He's pretty great. He's a veteran too. He was in the Gulf War veteran, and he's pretty amazing. But he's worked for M&M. I mean, he's done advertising stuff for M&M and a lot of other big companies. But yeah, as far as like, I'm going to tone that down. That's one of the things that, don't get me wrong, I love it because it's in your face, but there are some things that with my creative director that I've talked about that I think we want to tweak a little bit, and this might be one of them.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's a lot of, badass women's V-neck. She ain't playing with them. Well, kind of, she is playing with them.
Well, I know. So my creative director, I mean, we go back a lot with questions, and we talked about how the girl's holding her, her boobs or whatever, and kind of like, he's like, well, that's not really sending a good message. And I can see that both sides, but I guess since I can't really verbalize what I'm trying to put out, I'm trying to put more in your face. I want to like a shock value, but I guess I don't really need to shock people that much.
In other words, you're learning as you go, and that's okay.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be evolving, but I like being different, and I like being like, oh, I don't want to just put something out. I want to put something out. People are like, oh, look at that. Like the guy with the girl with the cigarette in her mouth. And
yeah, I was going to ask you about that. The gun, even though we are a military bunch of people, I love the diversity. I see the woman of color. I see the older guy, the guy with the tats, alternative lifestyle, the look is be who you are. And I love a big old cup of fuck coffee. I do. Now I'm going to order that. I see someone. Hey, let me ask you, if we order stuff from you now, will we get it in time for Christmas?
What's today? I can't 100% guarantee that, but I would say yes. Right now, if you ordered now, yes.
If we order today, chances are we can.
And I'm just saying that. Yeah, I'm just saying that about the actual merchandise. The coffee, of course, you can get that in a couple of days. But everything I do, print on demand, I don't do myself, so it takes a little bit of time. But yes, I could almost guarantee it would be by Christmas.
Let's talk about this. This was a really big deal that just happened with you. It's going to be on the screen. There it is, Discovery Channel, Soldier Girl coffee commercial. That just happened not long ago. Tell us about that and how's it feel?
I am ecstatic, and I love this business because I get to learn. Like you said, everything's a learning experience. And I started out with having someone make like more of a video, and I'm thinking, well, that because I was offered the commercial, but I had to come up with it. So me not knowing, I mean, I've been a nurse and in healthcare for 30 some years, and it's not my expertise. But anyway, so I had like a video made, and obviously it wasn't for the right thing for Discovery, and and I love that I met Jax Young, and so he helped
Cowboy
me.
Jack.
So he helped me create something. Oh my gosh, so much better, and to put in like my message, a way that I can show the world my message, because sometimes I'm not the greatest at that. So I really appreciate, like, I'm really excited about it, and I won't give it away, but there's some stereotypes about it covers some stereotypes about women veterans and women business owners and stuff like that. I think it's pretty powerful, and I'm hoping that, I just hope it touches a lot of people.
When do we get to see that? Now they've placed it in a pretty prominent spot. It's isn't it has something to do with the finale of one of their big shows?
Yeah, it'll be on the season finale, and I was I was having a contest. There with my light. But I'll still have it. Not everybody's gonna watch this. Sorry, my light went out.
That's okay. You look great.
So December 12th, they'll be on the finale of Operation Treasures on Discovery Channel.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, wow. I'm still like on cloud nine about that, because it's such a blessing, and to have that platform, just to put that out there, it just blows my mind. I think
she said, "Damn right." Hashtag I am vagina. That's right. Okay, and you know what though? It's okay to be like Lori says. She looks like a warrior. Woo woo. So as you see from what's coming in from the women that are watching, no problems. Look, even Brandy says guns. Yes, please. Tracy, great point. She says she loves this, and she comes from the corporate world. That's the reset coach. She goes and makes people pay attention to your brand and remember it. So it looks like there's a lot of love in the air for you and Soldier Girl Coffee. Listen, you guys, on your screen is the Facebook handle where you can go and you can find out all things Soldier Girl. And then also scrolling along underneath, you've seen it. It's been out there for a little bit now. Soldier Girl Coffee Company.com. Head over. As we, tell the truth. It flew by, didn't it, this hour?
Oh, yeah. I wish I could go on. I wish it would be longer. I love talking to you.
Oh, you're sweet. And I love talking to you. And I'll be honest, at first I was like, oh, Lord, please. Because it's going to be like pulling teeth. I know Carrie's like, earlier I was like, I would say something when I was like on the other screen, and I'd lean into my phone like, is she still there? She didn't say anything. But I love it because you're very purposeful. You're not knee-jerk. You respond. You don't react. But you listen and you wait until you can give us that golden nugget that is Carrie. Carrie Murray Beavers. Thank you so much for your vulnerability, your transparency, and for trusting us enough to come in and speak your truths. That's a true honor. It's how we know that we are of the same mind and we're fulfilling that promise where two or more of us comes together. Wonderful, wonderful things will happen. We want to wish you in 2022. I want your world to double up. I want you to have everything you had this past year and more. And you deserve it. And you're doing it great. And I love it because you're such a quiet one. You're just so kind of quiet, but down deep inside of you, you are a soldier girl. And it shows people you don't have to be that boisterous person. You can be quiet, you can be subtle, but your truth will knock down everything that's getting in your way and get you across that finish line, no matter what others may say. And I love that in you. So thank you so much. Anything you want to say to everybody before we head out?
No, I just thank everybody for tuning in and listening. And yeah.
Thank you. Get over, you guys, and get yourself some Soldier Girl coffee. Support this worthy brand. Support this much needed message, and support Carrie, a veteran who has served this country and went through a lot of things she didn't need to. She shouldn't have gone through, but she did. And she's still here with us and giving into us and pouring into us. So, Carrie, thank you again. All the best. You guys, December 12th, remember, head over. What's the name of the show again on Discovery, December 12th?
It's Operation Treasures. It's following J-Dog's mission, and they haul junk, and they have 250 franchises around the nation. But the stuff that they do, the junk that they do get, they refurbish and they give to families in need.
That's awesome.
So everything they try to find, and then they try to auction off, the things that they can make more money for J-Dog Foundation. It helps veterans. So there's a lot of great stuff.
It is.
But that's on the
everybody.
Theory.
Yeah, everybody's probably seen a J-Dog truck. I saw one here in Naperville not long ago, and I think they're new.
Yeah.
So, and I actually called them, and they removed one of those big ass old TVs that weigh like 400 pounds out of our loft. Right? We were like, what are we gonna do? I thought you could just put it on the side of the road, and no, you got to have it hauled away. So yes, they do a lot of great things. Carrie Murray Beavers, thank you. Have the best holiday season ever. Listen, if we can ever be of service to you here, you want to come back and share a little bit more of your story, let us know. You have the turnstile invitation, which means our door is always open. And speaking of open doors, this door is open to you every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central. Meet me out front on the front porch tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And our guest tomorrow is, Donna Lee Reed. Wait till you see what she's doing for foster kids. Love this woman. She's going to be here tomorrow, you guys. I'm excited. Listen, Carrie, you want to say something else?
No, I just enjoy watching you. I'm picking up your energy. I'm trying to absorb your energy. I love it.
Well, there it is. I'm sending it to you. Stay in the green room. I've got a surprise for you when we get backstage, and I got a surprise for you tomorrow. Meet me out here. Get out today. Be the best version of yourself. All you have to do is look for the E and the R that is along your walkway today. I guarantee you, in your journey today, you will find somewhere along the road one E and one R. Pick it up. Take your greatness. Make it even greater. Take bright to brighter, strong to stronger, bold to bolder. That's what you do, just like Carrie Beavers and Soldier Girl Coffee. You guys get out there and love someone and love yourself at the same time. I'll see you tomorrow morning for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, Carrie. Mwah!
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time.